Okay. Now we need to talk about how exactly can we find an unknown thing of a triangle. So it could be that you have a triangle. Either the examiner can ask you to find one of the angles, one of the sides. How do we do that? Now, some students know Pythagoras theorem. I know. But Pythagoras theorem can only help you in case of a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle is a triangle that has a 90 degrees angle. Otherwise, if you have a random triangle and you have been asked to find any angle or any side, we have two rules that we need to remember. So it is the sine rule and it is the cos rule. We will just have a look at both the rules. We'll try remembering the formulas and we will automatically use these rules directly in questions. Okay. Acha, so this is a triangle ABC. This angle is A. This angle is A. This angle is A, and the side opposite to this angle is a small a. Okay. This angle is C, and the side opposite to this angle is a small c. And this angle is B, and the side opposite to this angle is a small b. So this is how we just explain the small a and capital A written in the formulas. Now, what is the formula? The formula is called sine rule. Sine rule, so it would have sine in it. Okay, what exactly is sine? Sine is a function that is there on your calculators. That is it. Sine is a function. It's there on your calculators. Just like division is a function, multiplication is a function, sine is also a function, and you have your calculators to help you with that. So don't worry. Okay. Either you can use this or you can use the formula written below. Both are equal, both are same. And what is the idea? In sine rule, we basically have ratios. Ratios of what? So A divided by sine of this angle A, okay? And this would be equal to, this has to be equal to, there's no condition if the triangles are congruent, similar. No, in every triangle, this holds for every triangle. This A divided by sine A is equal to B divided by sine of B, and that is equal to C divided by sine of C. Now imagine that you have the angle A, let's say it is 60 degrees. You have the length A, let's say it is 8 centimeters. You have the angle B, let's say it is 50 degrees, and you have been asked to find the small b. It's very simple. What do I do? At this point, I am only supposed to one second. I'm only supposed to erase this part and use this ratio directly. How do I use this ratio? I'll tell you. It's very simple. Okay. Small a was 8 centimeters divided by sine of a. I'll write down sine. I'll write down a, that is 60 degrees. This thing is equal to small b. Small b is unknown. I'll write b divided by sine of B, and the angle at B was 50 degrees. I need to cross multiply. We know that already. We have studied fractions. So 8 multiplied by sine 50 divided by sine 60, and now your calculator is going to do everything for you. So turn your calculators, like turn on your calculators with me. Okay. 8 multiplied by sine 50. And this is going to give you 6.12.
7.
6.12, right? Like 8 multiplied by sine 50 would give you 6.12. Then
Yes.
divide this thing by sine 60. And this is going to give you 7.08. Very good. Okay, try giving your answer to 2 decimal places at least, because like that is important. Okay. So this is 7.08 centimeters, and this was your answer. So this is how exactly we use the sine rule. Now it could be that the examiner asked me to find an angle. We'll talk about that as well. For now, side is enough. And if the question was about C, in that case, you would have used these two ratios. And you can also write the sine rule this way. So both are correct. Either you can remember A by sine A, B by sine B, or you can remember sine A by A, sine B by B, sine C by C. Okay. So this was some idea about the sine rule. Okay. Let's talk about the next rule. The next rule is a bit complicated because the formula is a bit lengthy, and the rule is cosine rule. So in cosine rule, you guys would get to see this cos. How exactly this formula is made, how exactly do we use this? Again, the idea is same. Okay. We have a triangle. This is angle A. Here, this is small a. Then we have B, small b, C, small c. Again, this cosine rule can be used to find angle and length. That is fine. If you need to find angle, you can use this formula. If you need to find length, you can use this formula. No need to remember these three formulas because you can easily use these formulas to make them look like this. Okay, so we won't be remembering this because I hate memorizing stuff. This is why I love maths. And we are only going to keep these three in mind. And once you have these three, even when once you have this one formula in your mind, you would automatically be able to find the other two. So we are only supposed to remember this one formula. That is it. Okay, and then you would understand. Okay, now it says a squared is equal to, now we have three sides a, b, c. If a is written over here, we would have b squared plus c squared, then there's a minus sign. Okay, minus, remember this minus. Then we have 2 multiplied by the two sides we wrote here, bc, and then cos of this one. So this is the formula.
Ma'am, cos of A is being multiplied with
Yes,
2BC.
yes. It is being multiplied. It is being multiplied.
Okay.
Okay, very good question. Okay, now imagine that side C was unknown. So how do I write the formula? Just look at this. Okay, C is unknown. I will write down C squared. I remember that I had C squared type of a thing somewhere. If I have written C here, I would be writing down the other two sides, that is A squared plus B squared. Then the minus sign I was talking about. Then we have 2, this side and this side, A, B, and then cos of this one. So cos of C. This is how we make these formulas. Okay, so just remember one and just try making the other two as per the situation. No need to memorize a lot of stuff. That is not good for anyone. Okay. Acha, now let's talk about some questions where we will be using this. And do not waste your time in writing this stuff. I will share this PDF right now after the class. Don't worry about it, okay? Let's just use this knowledge over here in order to see if we were able to understand something or not, okay? Okay. The diagram shows two triangles ABD and BCD. AD is 16.5 centimeters, BD is 12.4 centimeters. Angle ADB is 64, BDC is 53, DBC is 95. Everything is there. Find AB. Okay. This is unknown. I need to find this. Acha. Now, obviously, when you will be sitting in the examination hall. First of all, you guys will think if the two triangles are congruent. No, the two triangles are not congruent, right? Like this is something very, very obvious. Then, are the two triangles similar? For that, what you can do is just try finding out this angle. How do we find this angle? 180 minus 53 minus 95, and this is going to be 32. And you can see that since the 64 and 32 are different, so certainly the two triangles are not similar. So neither the triangles are congruent nor they are similar. Now think in some other direction. We cannot use Pythagoras theorem because it is not a right angle triangle. 3 steps are over. Next, either the sine rule or the cos rule. Now, what is the thing? I would have used the sine rule if I had this angle or at least this angle, because how do we write down the sine rule? This is going to be small d, this is going to be small b, this is going to be small a. So small a divided by sine of a equal to small d divided by sine of d. Now two things are unknown. I don't know this, I don't know this, right? So I cannot use the sine rule. I'm only left with one choice, that is cos rule. How do we write this cos rule? Everyone would be able to write this cos rule. Okay, it's small d. D is unknown. So d squared is equal to, we had sum of two squares and those two things were the two other sides, a and b. A squared plus b squared, then we had this minus sign, 2 multiplied by AB and then cos of D. So now I would be able to do this easily. Okay, I am just supposed to plug in the values. D squared is unknown. A squared is 12.4 squared plus B squared is 16.5 squared minus 2 multiplied by 12.4 multiplied by 16.5 cos of 64. Plug in these values on your calculators and tell me whatever you're getting. Okay, we are taking cos d because this was the formula, right? यहाँ पे whatever number we have over here, whatever alphabet we have over here, यहाँ पे हमारे पास उसी का angle आता है. So for example, if I go back to the previous page, we had C here, so we had C here. We had B here, so we had B here. Okay, this is how the
Is
cos rule was defined.
it is 241.70
Okay,
71.
wait. 1 second. Just type your answers. Okay, just type your answers. I just want all the students to participate. Okay, I got two values. They are same. Let me check as well. Very good, Taha, Muiz, and Bipesh. Taha, your answer is slightly different. Just check that again. Do not, I'll tell you one thing. So if you guys are doing it this way, 12.4 squared, and then you're writing its value 16.5 squared, and you're writing its value, do not do that. Just put the entire thing on your calculator. 12.4 squared plus 16.5 squared minus 2 multiplied by whatever you have, right? The same thing first and then tell me, and you guys are correct. Very well done. So d squared is basically equal to 246.63. Now we need d, we don't need d squared, so d is equal to the square root of this thing, 246.63. So next, just press the square root button, the answer button, because I've told you answer key stores the previous value, and this is going to give you 15.7 centimeters. 15.7 centimeters. So this means that D is basically equal to 15.7 centimeters, and that is the correct answer. Very good, Muiz. Yes, all of you. Is it okay? Very good, very good. Excellent. Most of the students were able to do it. Very good. Okay. Acha. The next part is find BC. Where is BC? Okay, here is BC. 1 second. Okay, I'm erasing this now. Acha, this was a 4-mark question, and then there's another 4-mark question. So you guys can see, just by remembering this one formula and using its and learning its application, you guys would be able to secure 4 marks. 4 marks is a lot, okay? So this is important. Acha, the next part is find BC. Yes, I leave this question to you guys. I'm waiting. Do it quickly. And this time around, I want you guys to use the sine rule, and you can use the sine rule. Take take 1 minute and tell me your answers. Type your answers basically. I got one answer so far. I think all of you can do it. Use sine rule. We can find this angle, right? 180 minus 95 minus 53, 32. 32 is the angle. Now you guys can easily use the sine rule. Please make it quick, do it quickly. All of you can do it. What was the sine rule? Now I can say that this side is small c, this side is small b, this side is small d. So BC is unknown. Small d divided by sine 53, and that is equal to small c divided by sine 32, and c is 12.4. So I'll directly write down the value 12.4. And next I need to cross multiply at this point. So I'll just take sine 53 on the other side, and d would be 12.4 multiplied by sine 53 divided by sine 32. For this, how do we find this value on calculator? 12.4 multiplied by sine 53. Do not press the divide button. You would get the same answer, but at times this would be an issue. So जब भी fractions है, find this value. Okay. Next, press answer key because answer key has the previous stored value. Okay. Press divide sign and then sine 32. So this is going to give you 18.69 centimeters. Very good. Those who were able to answer it correctly. It's 18.69 centimeters, and you can write the final answer as 18.7 centimeters. This is going to be your final answer. Yes, students, any confusions with this?
No confusions.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I hope that you guys are telling me honestly. So this, we are done with the first two parts. Okay. For this question, we have the second part. Well, let me see if we can talk about. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, again, look at it. It's a 4-mark question. And it says, use the cos rule to find the angle BAC. BAC. This is the angle. And look at it. You have been asked to find the cos rule. Now, this is important. How do we use the cos rule here? Again, I'll tell you. Acha, this is small a, this is small b, this is small c. मुझे a चाहिए. I need cos a. For that, I need cos a in the formula as well. How do I add that thing in the formula? So I know that small a squared is basically equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc into cos of capital A. अच्छा ठीक है. अभी तो a squared subject है, but I need capital A, right? This is what I have been asked to find. What I can do is, I'll just take this entire thing on the other side, and I will take this a squared over here. So minus 2cb would become 2cb cos A equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared. 2cb is being multiplied. I'll take it on the other side, and this would become b squared plus c squared minus a squared divided by 2cb. And now I would be able to find the value of a. ठीक है? अच्छा. Okay. What is b squared? Let me write it down over here. B is 150. So 150 squared plus C is 120 squared minus 180 squared divided by 2 multiplied by B, that was 150, multiplied by C, that was 120. Okay, let's use our calculators. 150 squared plus 120 squared minus 180 squared. Now do not press the divide button and write 2 multiplied by 150. We know bod mass, and we know if I'll write things this way on my calculator, I would get wrong answer. Just press equal to sign and you have your numerator. That is 4500. Let's talk about the denominator now. So 2 multiplied by 150 multiplied by 120, and this is giving you 36,000. Okay. So we will do 4,500 divided by 36,000, and this has given me 1 by 8. So cos A is equal to 1 by 8. Is 1 by 8 the angle? No, 1 by 8 cannot be the angle because this is the value of cos A. I need to take this cos on the other side. How do I take cos on the other side? By writing down cos inverse. And again, do not worry, cos inverse is there on your calculators. Okay, so A is basically equal to cos inverse 1 by 8. So press shift, press the cos button. You can see cos inverse, right? Then do 1 divided by 8. And this is going to give you A as 82.8 degrees. Now this is the correct answer. It is 82.8 degrees. Very good. Those who were able to do it, and those who were not able to understand, make sure that in the next class you have your calculators with you on the tables. So I'll tell you guys how to use this calculator as well, and then things would get better. Okay, this was the second part of the question. We did not do this part yet because we have not studied this yet. Okay. Any confusions in this? Urva, Noor, Ariba, Abdullah?
No confusions.
No,
No
ma'am.
confusions.
No, miss.
Okay, all right. Okay. Ariba, are you clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
ma'am.
Okay, so that is it. Let me stop the recording now.